Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to paint raindrops on a window with foliage in the background. Raindrops are one of my most favorite things to paint whenever I don't have a whole lot of mental capacity. It looks a lot more complicated than it is, but it still gives really beautiful results. If you want to know how to paint little raindrops, then keep watching. So this is my reference, but you will see later on that I follow it quite loosely. What I like to do is I like to squint my eyes and sort of just look at the rough colors so I can start applying the broad strokes. So it really helps to use a slightly bigger brush, and I like to start the lighter colors, so which areas appear more yellow, which areas then move on to become more of a light green, and then which areas are mid-green to the areas that have more shadow that are dark green appearing almost black. Remember, we're not looking for detail. The detail should be in the raindrops. We just want the background as foggy and vague as possible. Once I have the rough colors of my background painted in, I move on to a mop brush. I like to use a mop brush because it holds up a lot of water, so it just blends the colors together beautifully and effortlessly. To make an impression of condensation on a window, I take some kitchen roll and I just start dabbing some areas of my page. And since by doing that, it lifts a lot of the color away, I'm just going to very roughly paint some more of those shadow dark green areas back in, because we really want to see areas of shadow to give a feeling of depth in our painting. When I'm doing that, I'm making sure there's also a lot more water in my paint this time, because we just want everything to look really fluid, and so it kind of runs and blends in with the other colors. I have some sea salt here and I'm just going to sprinkle it across the paper, and it just helps to give a really nice frosty look so it appears like condensation on a window. So I'm just going to go ahead and let it dry completely. This is what it looks like. So I'm just going to rub off some of the salt and we can start doing the fun part, which is drawing the raindrops on the window. For the raindrops, we're really using very similar colors. We're still using the primary yellow, we're still using the primary blue along with the sap green, but I've also got white and black in my palette. Raindrops are some of my most favorite things to paint, just because I can really zone out and it doesn't require a whole lot of mental focus. So as you can see, I'm just taking my white and I am just blotting in different shapes. Some are bigger, some are rounder, some are more narrow. You can plan out your raindrops all at once, but I kind of like working in little clusters at a time. Now, to figure out the color to use for your raindrops, it will depend on the background. So if behind that raindrop is more of a greeny color, that is the color we're going to use. So I'm mixing like a greenish gray color just by adding like a hint of black to that green, and I'm just adding it to the top half of my raindrop. All we are doing is gradually darkening that color. So I'm just adding a little bit of black to it and I'm applying it to the edge. You can see already how it builds up the gradients and how the raindrops look less flat already. Sometimes I like to go ahead and apply on areas and other raindrops that I feel needed. Now I can just go ahead and add more raindrops into my painting. So the whole thing about nature is that it's pretty irregular, so you just want to make sure you have different variety of different shapes and sizes. So again, I'm going to pay attention to what the background looks like and making a grayer version of the color for the raindrop. And yeah, you just want to make sure that each raindrop has its own irregular quality. So for some, maybe the shadow is more in the top part of the raindrop. Maybe for some, it's more along the sides. But one thing for sure, make sure you always leave an area and a body of white in every single raindrop. Never completely paint over a raindrop, because otherwise you will lose that transparent quality of water. Okay, so just like we did before, just adding a hint of black to that green and just defining the edges of each drop. What really helps to make the raindrops pop out from the page is taking a very dark color, darken it even more, and just where the white is, you just want to line slightly around it. At this point, I'm honestly just on autopilot mode, just adding a mid color and then adding on a further darker color and then an even darker color along the sides. If it helps, you can look at different raindrop pictures as references to help you understand the anatomy of a raindrop. Once again, you can see for this area right here where it's more yellow, instead of using more of a greenish color, I'm choosing to mix some yellow into that, just so it's more in sync with the background, so it looks more natural. This is one of my favorite parts. Now you can absolutely just stick with the brush you're using with your dark color, but since I have a brush marker and it gives me better precision, I'm just taking it to just line along the sides of some parts of the drops. And I like to make these areas a little bit thicker on one side. So the brush pen really is nice to have, but I just wanted to show it's absolutely possible and perfectly fine just to stick with your paintbrush. The next step is also compulsory, but just to really further create that condensation on the window, I'm taking my acrylic pen and I'm just dotting little dots around the window, almost like little air bubbles. You can absolutely do this with your paintbrush. Again, you want to pay attention to what colors in the background, so for the areas in front of the yellow, I'm using more of a creamy color. And then in the areas where it's got a green background, I switch to use more of a greenish color. At this point, we're just defining the painting, just adding shadow to areas that need further shadow, maybe adding more of those condensation drops. And my little entry for my art diary is complete. I hope you guys enjoyed this raindrop tutorial. Like I said, raindrops are one of my favorite things to paint on days where I just don't want to be using so much mental focus. You can absolutely change at the background. Maybe you want to do some grays instead for a cloudy day. But if you do try this, please do tag me on Instagram so I can see your lovely paintings. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day and I will see you very soon.